This is the 2KMC. Here to check.
That's a look at our setting tonight, the picturesque city of Milwaukee. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. LeBron with it. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Hey, Steve, two defensive-minded teams in the building tonight. Both are good at getting stops.
Yeah, Kevin, this is going to be one of those chess match basketball games we get a chance to see. Difference, I think, will be the team that can somehow get easy baskets will make the difference.
Here's Schroeder. After Drew Holiday's score, Schroeder finds Morris. Back to Schroeder. We're about 1 minute into the first. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Schroeder. Gasol on the high post. Passes to Caldwell Pope. The putback, and Gasol able to finish.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And his defense was absolutely outstanding, especially his two blocks, which helped turn the game.
Morris against Holiday. Shoots over Schroeder. Now here's LeBron. 38 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off of.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to DiVincenzo. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And the pass to Lopez. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
Now here's Schroeder. 17 points in his last outing. And Gasol able to finish.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Middleton against LeBron. Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. And it's Chris Middleton with the 3.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
James against Lopez. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Kicks it down to Middleton. Shot from 16, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Middleton's got his second basket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
James the pass to Gasol. Doesn't go that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee, and they're moving it up. Here's Horton Tucker. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
.110 left to play in the first. Connaughton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 5. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with the win.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
This is for any dedicated floor spacer. Once in a while, you have to test the defense inside. Forbes with a beautiful play.
Lakers trail by 6. The drive by James and the dunk by James.
He never takes a break on any possession. He is ruthless on the offensive side of the floor.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Shot clock at 3. Here's James. The rebound by the Bucks. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Craig passes to Antetokounmpo.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bucks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Caruso. 1 second left, and the layup is up and in.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis to explain the origin of the...
I think the underdog story, started with...
And Greg, playing with a chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point. Here's Connaughton, following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Picked him clean. And stolen by Portis. Antetokounmpo passes to Connaughton. Portis kicks to Craig. Back to Portis. The Lakers with the rebound. James has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Harrell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Bobby Portis.
You know, I can't remember any scouts predicting that Harrell would become this kind of offensive force.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Markieff Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for James. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Here is Forbes. 9 points last game. Shot clock at 5. Giannis dishes to Forbes. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Harrell slams it in. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Now, Antetokounmpo after the missed three from Dennis Schroeder. And so Milwaukee again turning it over. In the second quarter, held scoreless. Marc Gasol has checked in for the Lakers. Here's Horton Tucker, covered by Giannis. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Misses the three.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the
that is just nasty.
the athleticism on that finish.
Yes.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Now, here's Schroeder. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Good work there as it goes. Schroeder's got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers.
Schroeder has speed to burn, but also has a great feel for finding angles to convert on the drive.
Portis kicks to Connaughton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's deflected. Here's Portis. Buries it down low.
Must put a body on Portis. He loves to crash the offensive glass.
For three, Caldwell Pope. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Passes it to Portis. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
Bobby Portis doesn't mind a physical game. He takes it and he dishes it out.
A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. Now here's Schroeder. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. In the corner, it's Morris. The 9-foot shot. That's good from Gasol on the assist by Morris. Gasol's got 6.
Hey, if you set him up, Marc Gasol will knock him down. A terrific shooter off the catch.
Here's Holiday. Portis finds Antetokounmpo. He makes the Johnny from the left block.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
It's Schroeder with the drive. And stolen by Portis. Now DiVincenzo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Nobody near Schroeder. Off target with his 3. So the clock runs out. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Their biggest advantage of the period was set. And
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Hands it from downtown.
not just a knockdown shooter. He does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Feeds it to Gasol. Lopez with the steal. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Holiday looking for an opening. Lopez kicks to Holiday. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 5-point Milwaukee lead.
Good decision maker out of the pick and roll. Holiday calls his own number, rewards his team.
James, no good. The Bucks shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Lopez passes to Middleton over Caldwell Pope. DiVincenzo against LeBron. Back to Lopez. Lock at 6. No good there. Good D by James. Lakers trail by 5. And finished off by LeBron.
Somebody's got to rotate over, but who wants to step in front of LeBron?
The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Middleton outside. Shot from the wing. And Antetokounmpo inside. He's against Morris. Middleton for 3. No good on the shot. So the Lakers will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
You just love LeBron's patience. Scanning the floor, delivers the basketball on point and on time.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game break wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He began.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Morris finds James for the lead. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. And one of the most athletic players in the league, Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
The 3 from LeBron. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Pass to Middleton. It's stolen by Morris. James in the post. Antetokounmpo defending. We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Lopez with the block.
And it's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
He has gone ice cold this quarter. Obviously not helping their cause.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Morris right side. Over Middleton. And that one hits back iron. Bucks leading by 5. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Puts up a 3. A offensive rebound.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
James with a deep 3. Again, James missing.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Up again.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the 1. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. 9-point game. The 3 from LeBron drills it from outside. James has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Lakers. The Bucks shooting well, 50% from the floor. And Augustine kicks to Forbes. Back to Augustine. There's the pass to Portis. Count it, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Lakers trail by 8. Here's Caruso. Here's Harrell. Makes it off the glass.
What a great shot. This is why Harrell shoots over 60% for his career.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Augustine in the corner. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. This one for 3. The shot's good from Forbes. Forbes has got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
Shooting over 43% from distance during his college career. This is Forbes' specialty.
And it's LeBron missing. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Portis, the pass to Augustine. Fires the 3. The Lakers with the rebound. LeBron's got 7 rebounds in the game. And it's good, 2 points.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Wilson kicks to Portis. Here's Craig. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Caruso, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Harrell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Delivering a much-needed bucket. Harrell always working hard for the team.
Now here is Holiday. D right on him. Lopez. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. 4th quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Oh, Kuzma's in position. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. Middleton outside. From the line, Caruso grabs the miss.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And a lot of attention on Antetokounmpo's offense, but don't sleep on the D. He can defend every part of the court and does it with intensity.
On On the wing, James. Covered by Giannis. Shoots off the step back. Giannis grabs the miss. Giannis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Holiday the pass to DiVincenzo. Middleton outside. High post shot. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Lakers trail by 3. Pass to LeBron. Harold. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Incredible activity from Montrezl Harrell. So many of his points is off the offensive glass.
And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. To end the cold streak, Giannis no good. Lakers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. The Lakers rebound. Great positioning on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 1.
And Caldwell Pope not letting the pressure of the moment affect his focus.
Down low. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. Schroeder passes to Harrell. It's it out to Schroeder. On offense here with the Bucks. And it's Lopez penetrating. It falls!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
No one near James as he lets it go. Yes!
Your go-to guy in these situations. LeBron has been here before plenty of times.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 1. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, LeBron James.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
Next week, Atlanta is hosting the All-Star Game, and while we can't be there, that doesn't mean we can't join in the fun.
We'll have a special All-Star themed interactive episode, so make sure you brush up on your All-Star trivia and meet us back here next Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific.
And don't forget, next Saturday, March 6th, you can watch all the action from the My Team Unlimited Championship on Twitch.
Coming right up. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. Looking now at some numbers for Paul George.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Well, how about the defensive activity of Marc Gasol and then the presence of mind to use the push-ahead pass.
And it's Beverley missing. Lakers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. James left side. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's George. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg. But he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth. But Kawhi Leonard is 230 pounds of nothing but pure strength. What a finish at the rim.
Leonard against LeBron. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. The Clippers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait. What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game a loss to the Celtics. The pass to Horton Tucker. Harrell kicks to Kuzma. Launches it. The shot comes out, so the Clippers will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
Here's George. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got 8 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now, here's Leonard. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Horton Tucker. Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Harrell. Just 2 to shoot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Clippers leading by 10. Williams inside. Harrell on him. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Horton Tucker scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The kick out to Williams. And he banks in the layup.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Stolen by Zubac. Deflects the pass, and here we go with Morris running it up the court. Gets a hand on it. Kuzma pulls it in. Here's Caruso, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Harrell in at the 5 spot. Marc Gasol is checked in for the Lakers. Schroeder kicks to James, tries again. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. James has got his first basket.
Remarkable catch and shoot sequence right there from LeBron. Just a killer instinct whenever he gets the ball.
Here's Williams. Zubac trying to break loose. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. James, the pass to Gasol. Now Caldwell-Pope. Schroeder dishes to Caldwell-Pope. Back to Schroeder. Lakers working the ball around now. No good on the 3. Clippers leading by 13. Fast break, the Lakers. And here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Jackson misses. Lakers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Gasol finds James. Now Harrell. Baseline try. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
So why does LeBron James have the ball in his hands? Because look at that 6th sense. Wow, what a pass.
Williams passes to Kennard. On the wing, Morris. Banked in off the glass. Morris has got his second bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Back to Gasol. Here's Harrell. Hands the shot with nobody near him.
Well, we know this. Few big men in the history of the game have passed the ball as well as Marc Gasol.
Williams against Schroeder. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 8 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Right side, Gasol. Schroeder outside. Offensive rebound. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to Harrell. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Leonard, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Nice break, the Lakers.
And the long strides of KCP. Dangerous changing ends there, and he loves to finish in space.
Outside Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. That's now 8 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And it's in there. Morris has got his second basket of the game.
Well, Markieff Morris likes to get his points without having to put the ball on the deck.
George from deep three-point land. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Clock at 6. Caruso, the pass to Morris. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Lob pass to George. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Caldwell Pope for 3. That one doesn't drop. And that concludes the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Beth. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points and 2. And that's...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in its center. Now here's Schroeder. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
James in the post. He's covered by Leonard. Batum with the steal. Pass break. Here we go. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 4 assists now tonight. Schroeder up top, defended by Beverly. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Schroeder outside. Here's Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall. Well, you think about Marc Gasol. This is a former Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, he's not the star or the focal point he was at the peak of his career. But this guy still impacts the game at a very high level.
Now, here's Batum. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's LeBron, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Doris, with Gasol, it's on the defensive end where his impact is felt the most.
That's exactly right. He still makes life difficult for opposing centers. He's strong. He's smart. He knows all the tricks of the trade. Watching Marc Gasol play is a pleasure.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 13-point game. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just one game played a win from home for them. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
If you do not box out Montrezl Harrell, you are opening yourself up to offensive rebounds. This guy is a force there.
Here's George. 10 points for him. James, the pass to Harrell. Back to LeBron. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Gasol kicks to Harrell. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Stolen by George. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. Off target at the rim.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Gasol on the high post. Morris against James. And the dunk by LeBron.
I don't think you can stop LeBron James when he starts off to fly like that. Might as well just start jogging back the other way.
Now, here is George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And it's Schroeder missing.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
43 seconds left in the third quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, I think one of the important things for Dennis Schroeder is to keep trying to become more and more efficient. Let his offense come naturally and improve as a distributor.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for LeBron. Now, here is George. 10 points for him. George missing again.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell relishes the opportunity to mix it up on the interior. Nice finish.
In the corner, it's Morris. Out to Ibaka. And that one's drained from the low block. Ibaka's got 4 points now in the quarter. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. They've got Kyle Kuzma. He's out there with Harrell. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Now here's Williams. George with the ball. The shot's good. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Well, how about that killer instinct? Paul George understanding he's got it going right now. Very confident in his abilities.
Horton Tucker's shot is off. The Clippers shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. George, no good. Here we go, one-on-one. Harrell, the pass to Kuzma. Back to Harrell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Ouch. Now, here's George. Leonard finds George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
And Harrell slams it in.
Montrezl Harrell has turned himself into a legitimate force. Skill, power, finesse, it's all there.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
And the Lakers with some changes. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. James comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Now here's Beverly. 5 on the clock. Platoon passes to Zubac. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Here's Schroeder, and he makes good on the layup.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. To the paint. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets it go from deep. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Outside for Caldwell Pope. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
He got a little ahead of himself there trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lakers trail by 15.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Now, here is Ibaka. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And that one's good. Beverly.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Now here's James. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Clippers. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The deep three from George. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Down by 15. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Hey, get off ball.
Now George from deep. That one doesn't go. There's the three. Can't connect. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They came in. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And last season, Giannis Antetokounmpo welcoming his first child into the world.
And maybe now an MVP at home as a most valuable papa. The mother of his son was a volleyball player in her day. So you got to think, as this kid grows up, maybe the recruits are sending letters already.
And the Bucks with possession here after the basket by Los Angeles.
Middleton is shooting the ball extremely well in this one. Nice rhythm. Might be tough to slow him down.
Pass to Beverley. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Back to George. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here is Holiday. He just could not put it together in that loss to Denver. Just 5 to shoot. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Up again, and Leonard stays with it.
Well, Leonard taking initiative right now, has a good sense for where the misses are coming off the rim, and he's there ahead of time.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Jacks up a 3. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Here's Lopez. Back to Holiday. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. The kick out to Holiday. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Bucks passing it around. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Great instincts by Giannis. Superb timing, and then he pounced on top of that miss.
Outside, George. Over to the left wing. Here's Beverley. Great D that time for Middleton. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Leonard attacking.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Here's Middleton. They get it again. Lopez. Knocked loose and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here's a chance now to see the league leaders in three-point field goal percentage. Number 1, Bobby Portis. And, of course, Marcus Morris.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line. And that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Antetokounmpo. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Outside Williams. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Such a dynamic scorer, inside, outside, it really doesn't matter. Lou Williams is a huge threat to score, especially coming off the bench.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Celtics.
Poor execution in that one. Not sure what led to the lack of focus, but coaching staff definitely not happy.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
So he comes up empty at the line. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson misses. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And it's tied up with that one. Clippers have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And there's the pass to Kennard. Back to Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. TJ Augustine picks one up.
On the inside, Williams knows exactly what to challenge and who to challenge to get to the free throw line.
And Williams drops them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Now Augustine, he's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Connaughton, and he converts the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Williams scanning the floor. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the...
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 2. And we'll get the second quarter. All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
We've got Williams. Morris is out there with Kennard. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Portis drives in. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game. And after that ragged first quarter, they're hitting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Williams kicks to Kennard. Williams against Augustine. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Williams. Here is Augustine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kennard kicks to Morris. Now, here's Kennard. He's covered closely. Pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. 4 on the clock. A 3-pointer, no good. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Connaughton passes to Portis. Here's Craig. Here's Connaughton. 6 points for him. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Pulls from the top of the key, and it doesn't even draw iron. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Connaughton. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 10.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here is Augustine. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers reported. First in three-point shooting, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for Torrey Craig. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Ibaka finds Batum. Leonard against Middleton. Ibaka for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ibaka's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 1:15 left in the first half of basketball. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold, and then take what the defense gives you.
Kept alive. Outside for Batum. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. Up next for him, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for the Bucks.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And Beverly kicks to George. Rebounded by the Bucks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
There's 14 seconds left in the second quarter. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Bucks lead.
Antetokounmpo, those long strides and then fearless in his attack.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K, a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. 4 on the shot clock. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Greg, if you're a small market team,
I think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep him there is to build a championship caliber team around him. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Here's Middleton. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 6.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside, George. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Holiday's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Williams with the ball. 10 points for him. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Makes it off the glass. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Leonard inside, defended by Middleton, and stolen by DiVincenzo. Floats it up for Giannis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Paul George taking 2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Milwaukee making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Milwaukee, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Free throw drops for DiVincenzo. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there. I agree. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. To the right side. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And Holiday, here we go. Another shot. Kick out to Giannis. Connaughton passes to Portis. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 12.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
The three from George. The rebound by the Bucks.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
Holiday surveying the floor. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Here's Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Torrey Craig comes in for Pat Connaughton. Chris Middleton's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Kicks it down to Middleton. Passes it to Augustine. Back to Middleton. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
It's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
And so it's the Milwaukee. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Scored again for this quarter, 0-0.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Beverly. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in its center. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
And here's George. Left side, Leonard with the shot. Augustine grabs the board.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Poked away. Batum with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his third foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Giannis, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Augustine.
Just Paul George showing how dominant he can be as a two-way player.
DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. Giannis passes to Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Lopez close up and gets it done.
Beverly against Holiday. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. George looking over the floor. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Batum. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Batum's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Antetokounmpo kicks to DiVincenzo. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward. Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
And George drops them both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Holiday finds Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Giannis. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Outside for George. Ibaka, the pass to Batum. George with the ball. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, huge shot at this moment in the game.
Here's Giannis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Well, a little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. 3 on 3. Here's Middleton. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Antetokounmpo inside. Working on Ibaka. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. To the inside. Lopez. Milwaukee. No good that time either. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Lopez.
Wow, Lopez stepping up. What confidence from the big fella.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beverly the pass to Ibaka. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. George picks him up. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Leonard on the wing, defended by Middleton. Misses the tray.
How about the length? Tough for any offensive player to deal with the likes of Middleton with those long arms.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 3. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Brook Lopez.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And in the locker room, each guy has been going over a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marquise Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And the Bucks with possession. Jumps up, and Giannis throws it down.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball, and James throws it down.
LeBron James knows the meaning of the word layup, but he's much more interested in throwing it down when he can.
Giannis inside. He's up against Gasol.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now, here is Morris. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that and come postseason.
Oh, wow! Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
Giannis passes to Lopez. Now the Lakers on the break. Morris with the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Taking a look at Milwaukee. The season well underway, and they've been solid in third right now.
And I think for Milwaukee, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
James way outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Giannis passes to Holiday. Good. Holiday's got his second bucket tonight.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Giannis drives in, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket. One of the most mobile guys in the game.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. 1:49 left here in the first quarter. And it's off from three-point range. For Milwaukee, they've got a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
The drive by James.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
1:15 left in the first quarter. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
Here's Gasol, and Gasol with the dunk.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Pass to Lopez. Gasol with the defensive effort.
That
is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Giannis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in the zone.
I think they've got to consider throwing a few different looks his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
Passes it to Morris. Back to James. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Yep, it counts.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Off with the layup. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He got This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us when he was...
For me personally,
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, we've got DJ Augustine, and it's Craig in at the 4. The Bucks trail.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor. And he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility. And offense is tertiary to his contribution.
To the left wing. Harrell against Portis. Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to Caruso. To the middle. Harrell kicks to Caruso. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Portis. Pushing it up. Back to Connaughton. The Bucks working the ball around. Chalk up 2 there. Here's Caruso. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Caruso. The feed now to Harrell. He can't get that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Augustine. That puts them in the lead. Augustine's got his first 2 points.
Well, I tell you what, for Augustine being as small as he is, he's crafty and he's stronger than he looks, which allows him to finish through tough defense.
And he recovers it. Horton Tucker, the pass to Kuzma. Down the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
that
Kawhi's
is.
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Now the Lakers on the break, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
1:35 left now here in the second. Passes to Kuzma. Here's Horton Tucker. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Stripped away. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. And some changes here for the Lakers. Marc Gasol comes in for Harrell. And Markieff Morris subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. Here's Schroeder. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Milwaukee in the lead. Holiday up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Inside. The pass to Lopez. Kicks it down to Middleton. 3 on the clock. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Takes the 13-footer. No good that time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Pass to Horton Tucker. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
And it's the Lakers on the break. And James throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. Hey.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by James.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the 3rd. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard. Giannis dishes to Lopez. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Off target from 3-point range. Lakers leading by 3. LeBron outside. Outside for Gasol. Uncovered again, Los Angeles.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
The drive by Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Ouch. Unbelievable jam from a player who's given us more than his share of great ones in his time.
You're right, Greg. Defense was nothing but an afterthought on that drive to the hoop.
Well, I don't think anybody wanted to be the guy at the end of the wrong side on that post.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
James looking it over. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Schroeder with the ball. Out guarded by Giannis.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
No one near James as he lets it go. And again, no good by the Lakers. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. 3-point lead. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Kick out to Giannis. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. The offensive rebound. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
That one falls. LeBron's got 14 points.
And providing the score, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by Milwaukee.
Antetokounmpo against Morris. It's stolen by Morris. Caldwell Pope outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Connaughton passes to Portis. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Caruso, headed by Augustine. Here's LeBron. And the Lakers with another miss. Bucks leading by 5. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And it's easy to see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight. He can flat out dominate games at times.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's James missing. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 9-point Bucks lead.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Kicks it to LeBron. Lays it up off the glass. James has got 18 points.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. They've got Portis, B.J. Augustine out there with Wilson. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Feeds it to Harrell. And stolen by Portis. Wilson the pass to Portis. Now Augustine. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Wilson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Wilson's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Milwaukee. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Now Augustine. And the rejection by Harrell. Knocks it loose. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings. Then on Friday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And for that game against the Warriors, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Pass to Craig. Shot clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Craig's got his first basket of the night.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Lakers trail by 9. To the inside. Augustine with the steal. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Pass to Craig. The pass to Wilson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The baseline J. And that one goes long.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Horton Tucker. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 3 assists now in this one.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And Augustine kicks to Portis. Here's Connaughton. Goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope checked in. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th.
The jump shot for Kuzma, pure. If you let him get it off, he's going to scorch you.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Giannis dishes to Lopez. And here's Giannis. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Giannis. 1:22 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Kuzma. Over onto Kumbo. That one wide left. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Bucks.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And partner, it sets up what should be a fantastic finale to the season series. Major bragging rights on the line that night.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis.
Well, I like the ferocity on defense now. He was constantly putting himself in the path of steals and coming up with them, too.
Middleton for 3. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
Now here's Middleton. Holiday left side. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
After an action-packed weekend, the $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament has officially been dwindled down to 2 finalists.
The best of the best battle it out, and here's how it all went down.
Scott Cole with you. We got 32.
You're looking live and down and taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at point guard. And for the Clippers, Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Beverly in at the point. Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Here's George following the basket by LeBron James. Clippers moving the ball around. Ibaka for 3. The shot that time not on target. And the Lakers going the other way now. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Now here's James. Last time out he had 38 points. And the dunk by LeBron.
Such blinding speed on the drive. I mean, James is a force of nature when he's on the attack.
And George, here we go. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
James looking it over. Gasol's in the post, defended by Ibaka. Schroeder kicks to Gasol. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. Beverly with the ball. And he gets the bucket.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for a high percentage opportunity.
And Caldwell Pope now atop the key. The feed to Gasol. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Horton Tucker. He's coming off a 16-point game against Phoenix. And now the Clippers on the break. The shot by George, no good. The Lakers trail, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George. Here's Caruso. Banked in off the glass. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. 1:49 left here in the opening quarter. Morris passes to Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. Jackson misses.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
To the middle, here's Schroeder. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
From downtown, doesn't get it to drop for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
They had them in their heels the whole game. The intensity of their defense was a key factor.
Now Schroeder following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. Schroeder outside to the paint. Here's Harrell. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go home. Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Shoots. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Lakers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2.
I like how James shoots off the pass. He knows how to catch the D by surprise.
Clippers trail by 4. Jackson looking around, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Here's LeBron. The Clippers getting the bucket. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Harrell. It's hauled in by Zubac. And so here are the Clippers. Trailing by 2. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Pass to LeBron. And the rejection by Zubats. Oh, Morris in position, and stolen by Kuzma. The drive by James, and LeBron throws it down.
Man, you gotta love watching James sky for the slam. I mean, demonstrating how high he can get up off the drive.
Down low, and stolen by Kuzma. LeBron with it. Guarded now by Morris. Kuzma kicks to James. Launches a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris passes to Zubats. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And Morris does a great job keeping his head up, finding his teammate for quality shots.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Caruso kicks to James. Over Kennard. And it's James missing.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
Left side Jackson. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The Lakers in the lead. To the inside, James. And finished off by LeBron.
That's just crazy athleticism from James. His vertical is through the roof.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Jackson passes to Zubats. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's LeBron. 10 points for him. This is it to Gasol. Back to LeBron. To the paint. To the middle. Gasol dishes to LeBron. Shoots over Leonard. James with another miss.
That's a nice defensive effort. Sticking right up on him, affecting the shot.
And it's Leonard missing.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. It doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Tough to win games like that on the road, even with all the great work they did.
The Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all total. The putback. Morris with the rebound. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 1. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
Oh, fantastic vision. I mean, Bron always cognizant of everyone around him.
Now George. 32 points for him last game against Boston. And a close game so far through the first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. You knew when the Lakers landed Davis, this team would be a force. Shaq is Davis. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here's George. Takes it from 10. Misses off the right iron.
He doesn't miss many of those. I mean, still, that's exactly the shot they were looking for.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Sinks the 3-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Lakers leading by 3. James outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Oh, that's their first shot of the half that hasn't found the mark. It's been a good start for him.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I just love the aggressive attitude of Batum, especially how hard he hits the boards.
LeBron with it. 12 points for him. Inside. Lakers passing it around. The dish to Morris. Poke loose. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
And perhaps the best defender in the NBA. Leonard's huge hands and quick instincts help him grab a ton of steals.
Shooter kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shoots the 3. And again, the Lakers no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And yes, it's good. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D struggling to keep up.
And that one's good. Schroeder. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Pass to George. Beyond the arc. Rebound the Lakers. Leonard with the steal. Leonard on the wing. All alone. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverley. Now here's Kuzma. No points in the game yet for him.
Takes some strength to finish through that kind of contact. And Kuzma's definitely put in his share of work in the weight room.
Double team on Williams. Batum wide open. He fires. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Kuzma passes to Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Morris looking over the floor. No good on the triple. Lakers trail by 3. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope, and it's blocked.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Caldwell Pope outside. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Lays it up and banks it in. And that's now 6 points for Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Clippers leading by 3. Right side, Williams. Out to Morris. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Here's Horton Tucker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Horton Tucker's got his first points in this one.
The inbound play works to perfection. You got to love to get those quick hitters.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be back with you shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got Caldwell Pope. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point. Kuzma left side to the inside, and that one good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Williams passes to Ibaka. Back to Williams. And Ibaka kicks to Williams. And the pass to Ibaka. Kuzma pulls it in. The Lakers trail. Caldwell Pope with it. Williams picks him up. It's stolen by Morris. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Here's Caruso. To tie it up. They get it back. Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Ibaka against Kuzma. Pass to Caruso. Dishes it to Harrell. Shoots over Zubac. Here's Caruso. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. So, for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Schroeder against Beverley. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Here's LeBron. And contact on the shot, so he'll be. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis, he talked with the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Passes it to George. Over Caldwell Pope. Zubac trying to break loose. George, no good. The Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Beverly against Schroeder. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there.
There's no fear in Gasol. I mean, he welcomes the chance to take the shot.
There's a minute 47 left in the game. And it's Beverly missing. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And James throws it down.
Love the attitude of James. When it's an important moment, he demands the rock and delivers.
George from deep three-point land. Rebounded by the Lakers. LeBron's got his 6th rebound on the night. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
No one near James as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Oh, you got to love the poise of James, a master at executing in clutch situations.
There's a minute left here in the fourth quarter. From deep, George. Ibaka, the pass to George. And they get it. Rebounded by the Lakers.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
The agility, the instincts, the power. I mean, James remains a dominant figure on both ends.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers.
A good league is even better with excellent work at the stripe.
Out to Ibaka from past the arc. And the Clippers miss again. And here are the Lakers. Lakers working the ball around now. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so he hits the technical free throw. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Schroeder off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Jackson. Lays it up off the glass.
Oh, man, you love how calm Jackson stays in these pressure-filled moments, showing true leadership by burying the bucket.
Missed. And so the Lakers take the win. A narrow win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
While defense to offense overcame a double-digit
Downtown Milwaukee is seen. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the power forward. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And the basket is good. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now here is Holiday after the miss from Serge Ibaka. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And the rejection by Ibaka. Middleton dishes to Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up. Goes back up. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Outside, George for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. And it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Lopez. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Celtics in Boston. Shots good by Middleton.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
Lopez with the steal. Holiday looking for an opening. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And the dunk by Giannis.
Hey guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to seeing. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Now here's Beverly. His last outing, he had 8 points. They need this one. Sure. He gets it in there.
Defense does a good job, but George won't relent. He rises to meet their challenge.
Holiday against Beverly. Lopez inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And the Bucks with some change-ups. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Middleton. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Fires the 3. Here's Giannis. And the rejection by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break, pushing it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Bucks leading by 3. And Antetokounmpo inside. He's against Morris. Second chance shot. Antetokounmpo, no good.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Fast break, Milwaukee. Augustine with the ball. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Terrific vision there with that pass. Hit his teammate perfectly in transition.
A different look for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Bryn Forbes in for Chris Middleton. And then for Los Angeles, Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Jordan. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Milwaukee in the lead. And here's Augustine. Pass to Craig. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Kennard for 3. Craig pulls it in. Milwaukee leading by 4. Here's Forbes. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Now here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Jackson. It's deflected.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
Williams with the steal. Down low. Jackson, that's good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Augustine passes to Portis. To the paint, here's Craig. Banked in off the glass.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing up. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes.
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, in any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
They've got Portis, and it's Connaughton in at the 3. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Clippers trail by 6. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Shoots from the elbow. The putback. It's good on the putback.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Holiday, he just could not put it together in that loss to Denver. On the wing, DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here from outside the arc. And that one is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
You know, sometimes you don't play up to your full potential. The important thing to figure out is what went wrong.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Chris Middleton comes in for Bryn Forbes, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Jackson. Portis can't get it to go. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Holiday in for Augustine. Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Ibaka. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And you see Serge. He's still somewhat mechanical on the drive, but it can be effective.
And Holiday kicks to Lopez. Back to Holiday. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Now, that was a miscue, but I like the poise they played with so far. Value in each possession.
The Clippers trail. Here's George. 32 points for him last game against the Celtics in Boston. And it's all evened up. George has got his second bucket of the night.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
To the middle. And Lopez throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Good on the bucket.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Back to Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
George against DiVincenzo. Outside Holiday. Giannis outside. Trying to get open is Lopez. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
Ibaka outside. Those three-pointers off the mark.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
George finds Ibaka. Good D by Lopez.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Back to DiVincenzo. Off target from three-point range. Inside, and it's George finishing it off.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Paul George, he's been the guy.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And load management the last few seasons, a common occurrence. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. If you look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the point.
This is the kind of physical play we saw from Ibaka early in his career. We're seeing it again now.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And George with this stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Holiday goes in, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Here's George after the basket by Milwaukee. And the three off target. Here's Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Outside, George. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got his 5th rebound in this one. And the dunk by Giannis.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. There's the dish to Ibaka. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Over Middleton. The pass to Beverly. 5 to shoot. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Beverly showing he can make things happen off the bounce.
The Bucks trail. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Three-pointer Augustine. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Now here's Jackson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And he banks in the layup. Jackson's got 6.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Here's Augustine. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Count that one. And And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Passes it to Williams. That shot missing. Great D that time from Portis. Bucks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And Middleton kicks to Craig. Good work defensively by Morris. The Clippers trail. Here's Williams. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Middleton. Misses from close range. Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Here's Jackson. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Williams. Augustine grabs the board. Here's Craig. It's not going to go for him. Outside Jackson. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
That's nice defense by Brent Forbes.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers ahead, up 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Portis in at the 5. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here is Williams after the made shot from Bobby Portis. Stolen by Middleton. Down low. And to Tacumbo. And the dunk by Giannis.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Now here's Leonard. Gets the bucket and the foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Pat Connaughton in for Chris Middleton. The Clippers also changing it up. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Now here's Leonard. In the corner, George with it, and stolen by DiVincenzo. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
George looking around. Pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 5. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Beverly against Holiday. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here is George. DiVincenzo with the rebound. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection.
Oh, the power on that throwdown!
In the long strides of Antetokounmpo, once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping.
George dishes to Beverly. George against DiVincenzo. Ibaka, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And that could be a big bucket right there. Ibaka doesn't shy away from taking crucial shots.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And George with the stop.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Holiday. Here's Connaughton, defended by Beverly. Back to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Giannis outside. And Giannis throws it down.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
Leonard on the wing. No good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Here's Giannis. Money!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
DiVincenzo against George. No bucket, and that miss is number 6. He's made 7. Bucks passing it around. Antetokounmpo passes to Connaughton. Antetokounmpo looking it over. There's the feed to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And now a 6-point Bucks lead. And Beverly kicks to George. Cranes it from downtown.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.